Well, I'll tell you what, it's very rare. Amy makes fun of me sometimes when I just take a look at the day and say, geez, what a nice day it is or whatever. Maybe it is because I'm getting old, I don't know. But I never get days like this, where we actually load the cooler up like a family and head towards Oliver going to play baseball or us going to do something. It never happens. That's just our family. We just never get a chance to. So I'm going to soak in all the day. I have 2 games of Ollie today. I have the Hambletonian today. The card at New Jersey. It's going to be, and the weather is tremendous. It's going to be an awesome day, top to bottom. So we're on our way to Newmarket right now. Oliver's turn. I was surprised too. I told everybody that Ollie had a tournament in Niagara last week.
It was just a
doubleheader. Like 5 people said, "Oh, I'm in Niagara. I'd like to come watch Ollie play baseball."
I know. I felt bad.
And if anybody's in Newmarket, you're welcome to come out. I texted the address to a couple of people that were looking for the address. Hard to believe it's 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, and there's traffic. We're not even close to Toronto yet. We're coming out of Campbellville, Mohawk. Anyway, a pretty good day last night. My only concern was twofold, I guess. Perfect Thought, I thought, raced great. Perfect Thought. Ollie, what are you doing, bud? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Don't you think he had his hand up?
I didn't know. I thought he just. Yeah. I was like, what do you want? Perfect Thought raced good, but was a well-beaten third. And it's easy for me to say, oh, I think that filly can beat these other fillies. I think this filly can do that. I think it's much like the Dune situation, right? We all thought she was just going to run rickshaw in the state of Michigan, but lo and behold, all those Captain Victoriouses can go, or a lot of them can go, and she's not the best filly in Michigan. Lewayne Miller's filly has beaten her all but one time, and has looked good also. So in that respect, I'm confident that Donnie will get her squared away. Her blood hasn't been perfect, so we do have something to work with. And that leads me also to Perfect Thought. I told you guys yesterday, a little bit of mucus in her nose. Now Megan had scoped her and drawn her blood. Nothing was found out of the ordinary, but I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, when you jog the horse and there's snot in the nose, it means it's coming from somewhere, right? So, take nothing away from Tony Beaton's filly. The filly looked amazing. Now, the only bad thing for him and good thing for us is that filly is paid into nothing else. Nothing. So, we won't have to face her anymore in the state of New Jersey or anywhere else this season. Now, I'm not familiar with the horse that was second, but also raced good, looped around. Now, you can take my word for it, or you can just watch the way that Scott Zeron drove that filly last night. That was the faith that he had in her, and she wasn't great last night, but Scotty is a great judge of character and horse on the track, right? He does a very, very good job, always has. Just one of those top guys, right? Dexter and James, and there's maybe 10 or 12 of them in the world. And he's definitely on that list and near the top, quite frankly. And for him to remove and then stretch Dexter 54-4, somebody asked me last night why he would do that. Well, he wanted to beat her. He thought if he stretched Dexter 54-4, carried off in behind him the whole way, that he would run him down the lane. That was what Scotty was thinking. It's pretty clear. And the way he was even angling a little bit in the last turn, I think he still thought he had a shot at beating Dexter. The problem was that last 16th, she kind of ran out of air a little bit, which it would be hard for me not to come back to that picture I saw yesterday with that mucus in her nose. So, anyway, listen, who cares? Filly raced good. She paced 52 last night, finished third. She's going to do well all year long, both in New Jersey and everywhere we race her. She is a top filly that is getting better. I guess it's not fair. There's regression in time from start to start, from the final to the elimination. But, the biggest thing for me was, it's one thing for me to get high on a horse. It's quite another for a guy like Scott, right? Those guys don't get fooled that often. For him to drive her like that, he obviously thinks very highly of her. And mechanically speaking, she wasn't 100%. You can't fake, the snot in the nose, and that was in the morning of the race. So, listen, it's a long year. We still got lots of racing left and lots of stake races for Perfect Thought. She's lightly raced, geared towards the end of the year, and one race, good or bad, is not going to make a horse. So Perfect Thought was good last night. Are you asking me a question now? Okay, what do you need, honey?
How many pounds are in a ton again?
How many what?
Pounds are in a ton.
How many pounds are in a ton?
It tells you, doesn't it tell you in the...
Oh, it's in the back of the boat.
Yeah.
Come on. And this isn't math time with Oliver McDonald.
Got it.
We're making Ollie do a little, he's got some homework due as school starts.
Yes.
When's it start? A few weeks?
20th.
The 20th? Oh, wow. 18 days, 3 weeks. It starts. A little less than 3 weeks it starts. Melisandre kicked off our day yesterday. 56-3, 29 on the end of it. That's what she can do, right? That's what she can go. What she needs is to draw 1, 2, 3 and have an 8 or 9 horse field where they mix it up a little bit. Eventually she will, but these 5 horse fields are not really geared to her strengths. When you're the 4th best horse on paper in a 5 horse field, it makes it incredibly difficult to get things done. But she did trot 56 again yesterday. Captain Doolittle, that's what he can do. I was wrong. 2 minutes seems to be his ceiling. I really thought we'd get him at, did he trot 59 at all ever? I don't think he did either. I really thought we'd get him to 58 and we couldn't. So that is why Captain Doolittle will be in the next preferred sale. Listen, nice horse, great attitude, great work ethic, just the God-given ability just isn't quite there, and he's a 2-minute trotter right now. Now, maybe his pedigree will come out later on at some point, but it won't be for us. Arrowhead Hanover was honestly, so Tyler has not, I don't think Tyler's won a race at the Meadows yet, but good kid, one of those kids working their way, figuring out the industry, working their way forward, and I was happy to give him the drive. And I was skeptical. I know I talked to Greg last night. He said, well, he's supposed to beat those horses. Not necessarily. There's some aged horses in there. There's some decent horses in there. Some of those gatekeeper types. And quite frankly, Arrowhead Hanover's not coming off a sparkling performance. 56 locked in, but not really locked in. Now his GGT was high. Now Tim has been working on it, but still, I didn't know how he'd race. Tyler drove the horse great. The horse raced great. Got up to win in 55. I was focused on Ollie's game last night, and I got texts. Greg messaged me. The kid drove the horse great. I was like, oh, thank God he won. I watched the replay, and then I missed Spitfire's race, and I looked down, and I got a text message from Tyler. He goes, I'm really sorry I hit a wheel with the horse in the first turn. Spitfire is I thought he would get along a little bit better with him because he's already driven him once. He's not an easy horse to drive, and I was talking to one of our partners, one of my friends, Jim, last week, and he said, why don't we just give him the end of the summer off and have him ready for the fall and winter. It's probably a good idea, especially now he's got $0 made last 5. So if we rest him right now, not that he has to be rested, but if we rest him right now, if we rest him right now and bring him back, he starts at the bottom and can ascend again up to what I would hope would be the open wherever we start to race him. So there is an argument to give him a little bit of a break, not necessarily because he needs it. I'm quite confident I can go win that class with him next week, but then where do we go from there? And is he going to be fresh when we need him to be the freshest, which would be the fall and the winter into spring? So I think Jim in that regard is 100% correct. And Greg had said the same thing yesterday. He said, you always say that class will be there when we come back. Well, $0 last 5. You're going to get to start right at the very, very bottom. So I'm not talking 2 months off. I'm talking 3.5, 4 weeks off. The similar amount to come back. What's wrong, honey?
407.
Yeah, we're going on the 407. Yes, we are. And that's what we will. Do with regards to Spitfire. I believe it makes the most sense. I mean, at some point we would have to rest him anyway. Why not do it when it makes the most financial sense? We can take advantage of the most classes and get his confidence up and have him sharp when he comes back because he gets to fit at the bottom. So it does, in that regard, make the most sense. And then what a treat to watch Lifting Legend. I know somebody said, again, I talked the other day about...
I didn't realize there was 8 horses in there.
Yeah, there's just a me. I didn't... I talked the other day about, how our clients, some of them are... there's very few people that are actually realistic. Most people are pessimistic or optimistic. right? That's just the reality of it. And some of them border realistic, but for the most part, they lean one way or the other. And the easiest way is when you watch the messages come in. Somebody messaged me and said, he won in 2 minutes, but he come 31-1. Is there more under the hood? Well, he's a 2-year-old trotter that came first over and won in 2 minutes. That's what I saw. I don't really care about the 31-1. It just is what it is. And I thought Lifting Legend raced good. They don't give away money, right? There's no gimmies in this sport anymore, anywhere. There's no, I'll just put him in and I'm very confident he will win. You can think that way, like an optimistic person. But the reality is there's no gimmies anymore. And for a horse to go out and win a race, it is a big deal. And I thought Lifting Legend raced very well. So great job by Brett. Great job by Dominic and everybody at the barn. And then Yo Mister finished off the night. Predator and Prey's a nice horse. I knew when Danny made front, there was nothing Brett could do. One, he had to let him go. Two, he couldn't remove. And Yo Mister is not the best trying to get him in the passing lane. And you're trying to catch a horse that does very similar to Yo Mister, which is dabble in the open and drop down and move back up and drop down. So you're talking about a horse that is very similar to yourself, getting everything his own way. And it wasn't shocking that he won the race, but I thought that Yo Mister raced pretty good, to be honest. Now today, a little softer day. We got Go Strong Hanover in the Meadows. That'll be his last start for us. He's in the sale also in 10 days. Millie Girl's racing tonight at North Field Park. Who's driving Millie? Can you click on Millie Girl for me? Hit the X. Click on Millie Girl. You can widen it. No, that's still Go Strong Hanover. That's why I said there you go. Nope, that still Go Strong Hanover.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to wait for my assistant now to, there we go. Millie Girl's 9-1. Who's driving her? Tyler Angus. So Tyler knows her. Tyler knows her. I don't know why she's 9-1. I mean, the filly paced 54 2 starts ago, and I don't have to look at this race to know there's not a lot of horses who can pace 54. They must have meant to put 9-2 and ended up with 9-1. I don't understand how a horse can be 9-1 in there. And Foxy Seaside's picked to win. Little trickier. I just want them to do everything the same. We did make that little shoeing adjustment I talked about last week, so I'm curious how she's going to race also. But I want to talk to Tyler and just say, just bring her into position and race her accordingly. You don't have to end up on the front end with her. If you end up first over with a softer front end, great. She looks like the class of the field at 7-5 morning line. So just you don't have to race her hard. Just put her in a place to do well. And that's what I would like to see today. So we've had a pretty good week. We had a great week in Kentucky. I know Jailbird Jog was 6th, but 53-3, 27-3 on the end of it after being parked to the first half is nothing to sneeze at. Every other horse in Kentucky lost Solidarity, but I told everybody Scott liked Solidarity, and we did do some vet work on Solidarity yesterday. Scott said left line. Well, Dr. Andy went all over him. Left ankle was bothering him. That was addressed, so that left line should disappear anyway. But Scotty liked him, and everybody else raced very, very good in Kentucky. I'm eager to see Blue Rare race this week. Grand Slam Dio on Sunday. James is actually there on Sunday, and he's driving Grand Slam Dio. This might be her last start in Kentucky. She might make her way back to Pennsylvania. You know, in regards to Grand Slam Dio, just put her in the spot to make the most money between now and Harrisburg. She's already got a very good lifetime mark of 55. I was hoping she'd have a stake win on her resume, but that's looking unlikely. But we'll endeavor to push through and get one for her if we can. So that was yesterday. The highlight of the day, obviously, thoroughly happy with Arrowhead Hanover. Very happy with Perfect Thought, especially knowing what I know, knowing what we know about yesterday. She's only going to get better. And then Lifting Legend. I know Spitfire Overseas for my partners. You don't want to see the horse make a break. But I think Jim was right last week, and he still is even more right this week. Maybe just give the horse a few weeks off, freshen him up, and have him ready to rock when we need him his best, especially now that we can take advantage of 4 or 5 lackluster races from Spitfire. So that is last night in a nutshell. We're going to come back. Amy and I are going to do all the videos for you today. We get the opening. We get the 2-year-olds. I did an hour-long video for you guys yesterday. Talked about all the 2-year-olds, where they're racing next. So your 2-year-old video will be a little softer on Saturday. If you're looking for more information and maybe don't watch all the videos, go back and watch the video that I loaded on Friday. It's an hour long talking about all the...
Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Thank you very much. talking about all the 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds and racehorses. So I will bring you another one today, but it'll be a little lighter than that. And we'll talk about the 3-year-olds. We'll talk about where they're all going. A couple of updates regarding a couple of our 3-year-olds. We're trying to find the right path for it. I think we have. And then obviously the racehorses. So we'll be back. I'm gonna load this video for you right now, and then we'll be back to do all our videos today. They'll all be done, and then sent out to you guys probably tomorrow morning. So have a great Saturday. It's Hambletonian Day, everybody. Get a coffee or a beer or whatever you want. Sit down, watch the races. I'll be watching both baseball and the races. But regardless of where you are and what you're doing, have a great day. Take care.